The first thing that comes into my mind when it comes to mental health is importance. And the reason that I think of importance is because it is important to think about your mental health. It is important to help yourself when that time comes. Not for anybody else to think about, not for um, your parents or anybody else. It's for the sake of yourself. And that's important. Mental health is important for athletes and humans that live a regular life. And that's all there is to it. It's that important. All right, I'm back with another one, Darrell's Reaction. I am Darrell Watts, Double Take Sports Talk, host of that podcast. I'm going to do something that's kind of personal at the same time and still talk about something that's also important. And today I am going to react to sports athletes and their mental health. Now, I have come across a couple of small statements from different athletes about their mental health and what they suffer from, rather if it's addiction, depression, any of those type of mental health issues that they are struggling with or did struggle with at one point in time in their careers and how it affected them. And I've always talked about how important in the podcast, how important the mental health is. And Kyrie Irving being one of those also that did express his suffrage from mental health, that he needed to get himself together. Paul George also mentioned during last year's playoff run that he was also suffering from sort of mental health. He was in a dark place. Serena Williams has suffered also from some form of mental health issue. Kevin Love also. And I could go on all night, period. I could just go on just talking about different players and what they suffer from. And anybody in the organization that just don't give a damn about their players and taking care of them and their mental health, then they have that problem. They're the ones with the problem. Point blank, period. And I also feel that if you're going to actually put yourself in a formal position in leadership that no one's mental health shouldn't be important, then you don't need to be part of that organization. Period. And there are normal ways of actually combating and handling those mental health issues, seeking help and all of that. And I know there's a lot of people out here, rather if you're an athlete or rather if you're living a regular life, including myself, then yeah, there are plenty of places that you can go, you can look up, seek some form of help, or even talking to a friend, talking to somebody that you could trust when it comes, and somebody that will actually listen to your problems, believe that or not. And I think that's important that we see this as an awareness in which we do maybe once every year in a month, in which it needs to be aware like freaking 365 days in a year. Because a lot of people lose their lives off of that too, other top of the coronavirus. But That's not a mental health thing, but it could. So when athletes get to a point where their mental health is really jammed up and they can't perform at elite levels, then you know it's time to step away. We all know that. We know it. People don't perform the same way that they do. If people witness what athletes could do and then they actually start to slip off, then maybe there's a sign. Maybe it shows that they're suffering for something that they know that they can't pull off anymore, but they still continue to overlook it. They continue to go on with their lives. They continue to go to practice. They continue to do their daily routine. And that's how most athletes are. That's how some athletes are. And that's even the confession. And for me personally, I suffer from depression. Big time. I suffer from depression. And the reason I suffer from depression is I get depressed in a financial way. Now, am I ashamed that I feel this way? No, I don't. I don't feel ashamed at all. It's life. But I don't talk about it a lot. I don't talk about my mental health or my depressions, nothing like that. I don't talk about it. Why? I just don't. But I'm not ashamed of it. I'm not ashamed that I am suffering from financial depression. It is what it is. I just have to adapt and, be able to uplift myself in a way that I could be able to help get myself treated. That's pretty much how I would feel, and I'm pretty much am sure that some athletes feel the same way. That they used to be ashamed about it, and they used to be in the dark about it, that they don't want to seek any kind of help. They just hope that it just goes away. And that's how I was feeling. You just kind of hope that they just go away. But if you wish that, then that means that evidently you're not ready to face that challenge of seeking that type of help. That's what it shows. And I never wish nothing bad on people that suffer from mental health. I would love to, be able to raise those type of awareness, raise those type of issues that, these athletes and everybody else that suffer from type of issue, that it just comes to light. Not to be ashamed about it, not to feel some sort of scared or anything like that, because everybody will look at you and they will laugh at you, or they will make fun of you because they feel that you're crazy. You're never crazy. People are not crazy when it comes down to mental health. Depression, addictions, they're not crazy. They're not crazy for that. I would never laugh at another person when that comes down to that. Never. It's bullshit. Straight up. And it's not fair for for people like us, Darren, myself, and these athletes, and whoever else suffers from it, has to sit up here and think about, oh man, they're going to laugh at me. I'm going to feel this type of way. I'm going to hide my feelings because people are going to laugh at me. They're going to make fun of me. To me, that's disrespectful. That's very disrespectful. that kind of ordeal in their lives, can you imagine how the athletes would feel when they're slipping down in the dumps in a game and they're pointing out all the bad things that they've done? Do you know how much leverage and pressure that these people have, and then they have to confront that ordeal? It's crazy. It's 100% crazy. I get very depressed and my anxiety levels get so high when people say really bad things about me. Especially if I know that I've done right with them. I shoot down, and I shoot down quickly. And this is what other people deal with also if they're helping other people. They get that way. They're going to feel that way. And it's going to shut them down. They're never going to speak on the issue unless there's some kind of awareness and idol that will actually sit down and speak up. Hey, this is my problem. I'm going to find a way to attack it. And I'm going to seek help about it. If this is where we're going. If y'all want to make fun of me, fine. Laugh at me. But you damn sure better well know that if you're going to sit there and laugh at me, something's going to come for you. Something's going to come for you. And that's how I feel about this. And that's my edition of my reaction to mental health for athletes and everybody else. Don't forget to check out our podcast. We have different content there. You can follow us on our social media. You can also check back on these series of mine, the Darrell's Reaction. I have 3 episodes coming out so far, and I already got my 4th one. This is the 4th one right here. So check them out. And we're also on YouTube. Just subscribe to our channel and check out our content too, because my reactions on there too. But other than that, I'm out.